Hi, this is Shirley Byard. I'm the owner of Best Business Strategies, and I'm here today to tell you about Sage 50C. Sage 50C is Sage 50 with the cloud. It was released in April of 2016, and it is version 2016.2. Now, if you are in a subscription, if you've recently purchased your subscription after April, then you receive the Sage 50C with your purchase. However, if you have purchased a subscription before April, you do not have the Sage 50C. Sage 50C can be activated by going to your File and down to Sage Drive. And if you see it darkened in your menu and not grayed out, you have an active Sage Drive. You do need to share your company to the cloud so other people can access it. So you simply click on Share Company, and it allows you to now create a Sage ID if you don't have one, or sign in if you do have one. So we'll go to Don't Have Sage ID. We'll look at that. So you would simply create a Sage ID. This is not the sign-in for your Sage 50 accounting software. This is your email address, a unique name, and a password. You confirm your password. Your password must contain 3 of the following: a capital letter, a lowercase letter, and a special character. It must also be between 8 and 30 characters long. So once you've created your Sage ID, you must activate your Sage ID. So you click on Activate, and it will activate with the Sage Cloud, and you'll be ready to go. So now we will sign in with our Sage ID. You simply put in your email address and your password for Sage ID. And sign in. You're now authorizing another user to use your database for 12 hours. So we're going to allow that. We want to share a database with our accountant or another user. Or maybe we want to work from home, so we can actually share our company before we leave the office. And while we're out of the office over a weekend, we can still come back in and access the data and do maybe some reconcilements or something that we can't get done in the office. It saves us a trip from going into the office. It's strictly convenience for us that we can push our data to the cloud. So we are now signed in, and we hit Next. It's always a good idea to back up your software. So if you haven't backed up your software, it's a great time to create a backup now. It's great to include your company name. And my backup tip is to always take your company up, your backup up to the company file, and then in that create a backup file, and open your backup file and do your backup in that file. The reason we're taking it out of the company and up one level is if your company data is corrupt, your backup is secure because it's not in the same file. However, it's always good to back up your company on an external hard drive, and even better than that is to also put your data out in the cloud. If it's not in the Sage Drive, then it's not being backed up there. And we offer a product called Enveloc. If you're interested in Enveloc, please give us a call. It's saved in 2 locations. It's saved in Alabama and I believe out in Wyoming. With Enveloc, you can back up your software and have it secure. So we are done with our backup. We are now going to share our company. And this is pushing our company to the cloud. We've also found that companies that don't have good backups, if there is a catastrophe where their computers have been damaged with water from a fire or a flood, if you don't have a good backup and your company records have been destroyed, they have statistics that show that 50% of those companies that can't recover their data usually end up closing and they don't reopen. So we're almost uploaded to the Sage Drive now. If you like Sage 50C and you're interested in purchasing it, please feel free to get in touch with us. We will be able to help you determine how many users you need, and we offer very good prices on our software. This premium company is a very small company. You can see how long it's taking to upload it to the cloud. If you have a larger company, of course, it would take a bit longer to launch it, to do your backup and to push it out there. So this might be a job where you can set it up and let it run and then come back and check to make sure you're out in the cloud. And I'll show you how you can tell if it was properly launched or not. There we go, completely uploaded. We go to next. Okay, so what we just did was successfully share our company through the Sage Drive. Any changes we make in this local copy of Sage 50 are automatically synced through the Sage Drive and will appear in all shared locations. So if your accountant has the software or you have it on another computer and it's also at your home base on your server, if anyone makes any changes to the drive, it's saved universally throughout, which is fantastic. This is a local file that has been associated with your Sage Drive. Any changes will be automatically synced through the drive to ensure you're getting the latest data automatically in any location. We now hit finish. So this is they talk about the Sage Drive Management Center, giving access to others. The only drawback about Sage Drive is that even if you have a 5 or 10 user program, when your software is in the cloud, only one person can work on your database at a time. So you have to negotiate the times when you're using it and someone else is using it. We're going to say OK to this, and I'm going to show you OK, you can see the Sage Drive is now showing at the top of the screen, so that means we're working in the cloud. We now go to File and down to Sage Drive, and we can manage who is going to use the software with us. So we are signed in here. We're signing into the cloud. And so far, we're entitled to have 4 users and 1 accountant, but we have the owner of the data using one of those entitlements, leaving 3 users and 1 accountant that can set up an account to sign in. Now, if you have a 1-user program, this does not mean that you now have a 5-user program. What this means is 5 people can come into the cloud and access your data. So if you would like to add another person, you simply click Add User. You put in their name, you put in their email address, and you give them an access level, which is either the accountant or user. And once you've done this and saved it, it will send an email to the person that you've just invited, telling them that the data is on the cloud available for use. So we'll go back to our Sage 50 program, and we'll pretend that the accountant is finished with the data, and we are now going to want to just stop sharing and have the data on our machine. So we come in and simply click Stop Sharing, and see how our Sage Drive is here. It's going to disappear in a minute. It says if you invited others to work with your shared company, they will no longer have access. However, you can come back and share at a later time. Do you want to continue? We're going to say yes. That's no longer shared. The shared drive is now gone, and your data is only in your computer. This is the end of our tutorial. My name is Shirley Byard. I am a certified consultant. I'm a certified trainer and a solution provider. If you want more information about Sage 50C or any other Sage products, training, consulting, we're here for you. Please feel free to give us a call. We'd love to have you as our customer. Thanks for coming on today.